This is me. Well, at least it used to be me a long time ago. This is me now. And I still have that urge every once in a while to put on that space helmet. I don't know why. I guess old habits die hard. What is it about space, anyway? People keep looking up at it, but most of the time it's pretty dark like this, and even when something does happen, it's still pretty dark, and it doesn't last very long, and for that matter, it really helps to be up there to see it. But it's hard to get up there, so most of us just watch from down here. You can see some stuff, but the problem is that it's easiest to see when it's really cold outside, and by the time it's warm enough to be comfortable, the nights have become real short, so most of the time we're looking at something like this. You can't see anything in space at that point, but you can see other people on their way to check out what's going on in space. And that's where this story starts, really. I got a letter the other day from NASA. Yeah, they're still around. They retired the space shuttles because they were really expensive, but they still want to send people and stuff up there, so they made some new friends who are figuring out how to do it cheap. One of those is SpaceX. They do their stuff for about a quarter of the cost of a shuttle launch. Now this is where it gets really cool. SpaceX and NASA have invited me and 49 other people to head down to Kennedy Space Center to watch their launch. Yes, really. And not just any launch. This one's a game changer. So what's the big deal? I'm glad you asked. Let's suppose you've got a rocket. Turns out, putting it into orbit is kind of tricky.
Take permits, many, money, more.
Yeah, what he said. Anyway, it turns out that only a few people have actually pulled it off, and until recently, they've all been governments. But SpaceX is a private company. They've already sent a Dragon capsule into orbit. They're not the first private company to go into space. That's actually been going on for about 30 years. Recently, Richard Branson and Burt Rutan have famously given it a try, but they haven't done what SpaceX is about to do. Rutan and Branson are ferrying insanely rich tourists. SpaceX wants to go to the International Space Station and dock there, knock on the door, and say hi. No private company has ever done that before. We're going to get to see history unfold. The launch is going to be on April 30. No, wait, they missed that one. May 7. No, that one slipped too. The launch is going to be in May. It's targeted for the 19th. If you want to watch it, there are a few ways. Check out my Google Plus page. The link shows an easy way for you to access it. If I have the resources I need on site, I'm going to create a Google Hangout during the launch. The Hangout will let you join in with me and others who are watching and participating. You'll be able to watch and ask questions live as it happens. If I can pull it off, I'll start broadcasting at about 4 a.m. Florida time, which is 1 a.m. California time. Yeah, I know it's early. It wasn't my idea. The launch is supposed to happen almost an hour later, at 4:55 a.m. Florida time. The cool thing about Hangouts is you can join them from your computer or from your mobile device that has the Google Plus app running on it. And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can watch it live on YouTube or even watch it later after you wake up. And if you have a Google Plus account, you might also want to follow these services and people. Feel free to press pause now if you want to go look for them. Another great way to keep up with what's happening is on Facebook. I'll be posting links, updates, and photos there, and I can pass on your questions and comments to the folks we meet. Here are 3 more accounts you can watch on Facebook, too. You can check out my Twitter feed to get the absolute most up-to-date and real-time info. And if what I'm offering isn't enough for you, add the NASA Social hashtag to your searches, too. Also, I've got a list set up of all sorts of people and services who are affiliated with this launch. If that link seems like a mouthful, just click on Lists on my profile. The one you want is the first list in there. Finally, you can check out my blog, Big Planet, Small World, and my YouTube channel. And you can always get at any of these by visiting jeffholton.com. Want to be a part of history as it unfolds and we enter a new era of space exploration? Come join us. Watch the world shrink a little bit more.